The psychology of loneliness in a crowded room. Act 1. The ghost in the room. Have you ever experienced it? You are standing in the middle of a brightly lit room. Around you, people are laughing, clinking glasses, and sharing stories. To anyone looking from the outside, you are fully there. You are smiling at the right times, nodding your head, and responding to the casual chatter. But on the inside, there is an eerie, deafening silence. It feels as if an invisible wall of glass has suddenly dropped between you and the rest of the world. You can see them, and they can see you, but the emotional connection is entirely severed. You are a ghost haunting your own social life. In psychology, this isn't just basic isolation. It is a distinct, painful phenomenon known as loneliness in a crowd. It is the unique tax paid by those who possess a hyper-aware mind. Act 2. The double life of the hyper-aware. Why does this happen? Why does a room full of people make some individuals feel even more isolated than being completely alone in a dark room? The answer lies in the architecture of a highly sensitive mind. When an average person enters a social gathering, their brain operates in a relaxed mode. They ride the surface waves of the conversation. But for a hyper-aware individual, the brain never turns off its background scanning. The moment they walk in, their mind launches a complex algorithm. They don't just hear the words being spoken. They notice the subtle split-second delay before someone forces a polite smile. They register the underlying coldness in a colleague's tone or the empty, performative energy of a compliment. They are forced to live a double life in real time. One half of their brain is on stage, nodding, holding a cup of coffee, and playing the social character expected of them. The other half is floating near the ceiling, taking notes, dissecting motives, and analyzing the hidden backstage of human behavior. Because they see too much of the hidden truth, they lose the ability to simply trust the surface. Act 3. The trap of the diffused mind. Neuroscience shows that people who experience this deep, crowded isolation often have a hyperactive default mode network, DMN, the brain network responsible for self-reflection and analytical thinking. Their mind acts like a radar station that is biologically incapable of shutting down. When you analyze every interaction to its core, innocence in relationships begins to fade. If someone praises your work, your mind instantly asks, "What favor do they want from me tomorrow?" If there is a brief patch of silence in a conversation, your mind assumes, "They are bored of me," or "they are hiding something." When you look past the curtain of human behavior and see everyone's deep insecurities, calculations, and masks, the world begins to feel incredibly fragile. You realize that most social interactions are just a collection of lonely people wearing masks to comfort other lonely people. And that realization makes you feel profoundly, deeply alone. Act 4. The sponge that absorbs too much. There is another heavy burden that creates this isolation: extreme emotional absorption. Hyper-aware people don't just notice emotions, they absorb them like a sponge. If someone next to them is radiating hidden anxiety or passive-aggressive anger, the hyper-aware person will physically feel their own heart rate speed up. They become the unchosen emotional regulators of the room. They soften their voice, they pick their words with extreme caution, and they twist themselves into knots just to keep the peace and make everyone else comfortable. People love being around them because they feel deeply understood. But here is the tragedy. The one who spends all their energy understanding everyone else rarely has anyone who steps forward to understand them. They spend the night absorbing everyone else's emotional waste, and when the party ends, they walk away entirely hollowed out, carrying a heavy chest full of emotions that don't even belong to them. Act V. Stepping out of the glass box. If you recognize yourself in this story, you must understand one crucial thing. Your deep awareness is not a birth defect, and it is not a curse. It is a profound form of intelligence. But a lens is only useful if you can control its focus. If you keep the lens wide open all the time, the blinding light of the world will burn you out. The secret to escaping the glass box of crowded loneliness is learning how to observe without absorbing. Not every silence in a room is a hidden message directed at you. Sometimes, people are just tired. Not every fake smile is a sign of malice. Sometimes, it is just a tired human being trying to survive their own day. You do not have to be the unpaid therapist for every room you walk into. When you start setting emotional boundaries, your perspective shifts. You stop using your awareness as a radar to predict danger and you start using it as a tool to appreciate the raw, fragile beauty of human nature. You can still see the masks people wear, but instead of letting it isolate you, it allows you to look at them with compassion. The world will always be complicated, and crowds will always be noisy. But your mind doesn't have to carry the weight of every soul in the room. You can finally lower the intensity of that sharp laser in your mind. Let go of equations you were never meant to solve, and simply enjoy a quiet afternoon, a warm cup of coffee, and your own beautiful, peaceful presence.